The year was 1897. Greenbrier County, West Virginia was a place where life moved at a slower pace. The mountains held secrets and the people held on to their traditions. Elva Zona Heaster, known as Zona, died under mysterious circumstances. Her death became a local legend, whispered around hearths, a story of love, betrayal, and justice from beyond the grave. Zona had been married to Erasmus Trout Shue. He was a newcomer, and little was known about his past. Zona was found lifeless in her home. The doctor declared heart failure as the cause of death. It seemed like a tragic but open and shut case. However, Zona's mother, Mary Jane Heaster, refused to believe it. Mary Jane was a woman of strong will and deep intuition. She had never trusted Trout Shue. She insisted on a closer examination, but her pleas were ignored. Zona was laid to rest in the Soul Chapel Methodist Cemetery. Mary Jane's grief was intertwined with suspicion. Her search for the truth was far from over. Mary Jane continued to mourn, her heart heavy with loss. The official explanation did little to quell her unease. She prayed for answers, for a sign. Something extraordinary occurred, etching Zona's story into history. The days following Zona's burial were heavy with sorrow for Mary Jane. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Her daughter had been young and healthy, full of life. The image of Zona lying lifeless on the floor of her home, her head twisted at an unnatural angle, haunted Mary Jane's waking hours. It didn't make sense. It didn't feel right. Fueled by grief and a mother's intuition, Mary Jane began to ask questions. She spoke to neighbors, friends, and anyone who had known Zona. She learned that Zona had confided in some about her troubled marriage. Trout Shue, it seemed, was not the man he pretended to be. Whispers of his temper and controlling behavior began to surface. The more Mary Jane discovered, the more convinced she became that her daughter's death was no accident. Driven by a desperate need for answers, Mary Jane spent her days and nights in prayer. She pleaded with a higher power to reveal the truth, to give her a sign, to allow Zona to somehow communicate what had happened to her. Mary Jane's faith was unwavering, her belief that the truth would surface absolute. She refused to let her daughter's death be dismissed as a simple case of heart failure. She owed it to Zona to uncover the truth, no matter how difficult it might be to face. One evening, as Mary Jane prayed beside Zona's grave, a cold wind swept through the cemetery. The air grew heavy, charged with an unsettling energy. It was then that Mary Jane felt a presence, a chill that ran down her spine. She looked up, her heart pounding in her chest, and saw a figure shrouded in mist standing before her. The figure shimmered and wavered, its form indistinct yet undeniably present. Mary Jane knew with a certainty that defied logic that it was Zona. a case where the testimony of a ghost would hold the key to justice. The trial of Trout Shue was unlike any other. The courtroom buzzed with tension as Mary Jane Heaster took the stand. Her testimony was riveting, recounting the spectral visitation and the details Zona's spirit had revealed. The defense tried to discredit her, painting her as a grief-stricken mother grasping at supernatural straws. But the evidence was irrefutable. The broken neck, the staged scene, and the corroborating details were too compelling to ignore. The jury deliberated, weighed the evidence, and returned with a verdict that would echo through history. Trout Shue was found guilty of murder, his fate sealed by the words of a ghost. Zona's story became a testament to a mother's love and the unyielding pursuit of justice, even from beyond the grave.